So I want to talk about the difference between awakened states and awakening. Awakened states are peak experiences. They can last for a very small amount of time, or they can go on for weeks, if not months. It's a very heightened state of awareness where the senses are very heightened. You're very awake, you're very aware. There's a lot of bliss, there's a lot of peace, there's a lot of love. And it's a very transformative experience. When I was 22, I went through an awakened state that lasted for 3 months. And in those 3 months, I realized that I had been dead my entire life up until that point, that I had been sleepwalking through life. It was like I had not been truly alive. And all of a sudden, something just awakened within me, which caused me to go on my spiritual search, and it caused a radical change in my life. I took up Kundalini Yoga. I found my first 2 teachers, and that led me on a whole journey. You do eventually come down from this peak experience, and there's a bit of sadness in it, because you know you're coming back down to what you left before, what you thought you left behind, and you can feel yourself coming down. Awakening is an irreversible shift of perception, being, and living. Awakening is a recognition that there's a deep peace that is always present. And it's been underneath every experience that you've ever had. And this peace has always been your true nature. This peace has always been accessible to you. And when awakening occurs, this peace is found because that which is blocking the peace has disappeared. And that which has blocked the peace was the self, was you. The character, the person, the identity. And you realize it was never really there in the first place. And that the self, the personality, the identity, was kept together by thought. And the identity itself is a thought. And everything's kept together by thought. Your thoughts about yourself. And so it builds the illusion of a person. It builds a personality. It builds the me story. Me, right? And for years, I would be going back and forth between meing and being, right? Which is another way of saying I would go in and out of awakened states, peak experiences, right? very often. And sometimes there would be long periods of deep suffering, and then I have another peak experience, right? But something is different about what's happened. And the thing about awakening is you know that something has changed. And it's not like a change of states. It's not something that you can lose. It's not something that you can forget. It's literally like coming home. And there's just a deep acceptance and joy and love and peace. It's not a peak experience. It's a deep resting and abiding in that which is. And all of life's experience is embraced. There's no more conflict with the duality of life. And surrender is a natural thing, like a natural way of life. Because there is no other choice. Because that which was stopping the surrender from happening, that was resisting the surrender, that contracted energy, the self, the ego, the false person, the false identity, the dream character, it's just disappeared. So you walk like a person, you talk like a person, you even act a little bit like a person, but there's just a deep, deep, empty peace. There's just witnessing. There's just gratitude and a deep relaxation. And it is the truth of everyone's being. And you can only point to the qualities of what it is, but you're never going to know what it is until yourself dissolves and you see it for yourself. The true self isn't a self at all, yet it is yourself. And there's value in peak experiences, like peak awakening phases. And you learn so much from them. but you learn from coming back to suffering. And you'll keep coming back to suffering until you realize it's you. You are that which is blocking. Freedom itself. And freedom is your nature. It's literally where you are. It is you. It is this moment. Without a person. You are peace. You are joy. You are bliss. You are love. You are freedom. You are the embracing of sorrow. You are the embracing of anger. You are the embracing of everything. It's all the experience of God. So, my only prayer is that some transmission happens. Some planting of seeds happens with these words, with this presence, with this consciousness. That you can realize it too.